Hey, what is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, in today's video, we are going over Solana. A lot of people weren't expecting to see what we are seeing right now. What we're seeing right now is a bit of consolidation. There's not too much going on at the moment, and people weren't expecting that throughout the Lisbon event, in which we've seen over the last few days. There's going to be multiple speakers. There's going to be some very important beings within the crypto space there, giving their opinion, talking about Solana, and a lot of people are expecting a lot more, right? A lot of people are expecting the price to be flying already, and that things would be going absolutely crazy, and that's just not what we're seeing. And it's always funny how crypto works, is that what we tend to expect is going to happen doesn't happen. It's weird, but it happens quite often like that. And so with that being said, let's go ahead and let's talk about what we're seeing, what I'm expecting, my anticipations, and more. Now, remember, my whole goal here is to not tell you exactly what's going to happen, but to prepare you for any outcome. And so let's talk about the different outcomes over the next few days. Now, I'm expecting that we are going to see a massive increase in volatility incredibly soon. The reason I say that is because of the catalyst of the event. Around these events, it is very unlikely that we will throughout the whole event not see anything happen. Okay, that's just kind of like a basic fundamental beginner level ideology there. Okay, now of course with this event is going to come news. With this event is going to come rumors. With this event is going to come ideas, and these ideas I do believe will trigger some type of price movement. So catalyst wise, environmentally, the event is definitely one of them. Now, technically speaking, we do have a catalyst of our Bollinger Band width. Now, of course, we've talked about the Bollinger Bands and the Bollinger Band width in the past, but basically what we can go ahead and assume is that when the Bollinger Band width indicator gets within these certain bounds between 52 and 21, once we start to enact within this for a certain amount of time, no set amount of time, but for a little bit of a period, that we can expect a big move to the upside. Now, this big move to the upside on the Bollinger Bands, remember, does not say whether it's going up or down. This big move right here could have been a move to the downside or the upside. This is a measurement of volatility. When the line's going up, we're getting more volatile. When the line's going down, we're getting more consolidated. But what you can see is that this little region right here, when we're in this region, we don't sit here very long, okay? Boom, explosive move. We came back down, boom, explosive move. We came back down into this region, boom, explosive move. And you guys get the point, okay? When we're in this area for, not that long, we start to see these big explosive movements from Solana, and I'm expecting the same thing. So we both have an environmental and a technical catalyst telling us that likelihood is there's a big move on the way, which we see some type of big growth or we see a big fall. And so with that being said, let's talk about what it's going to look like if we're breaking out to the upside or if we're breaking out to the downside. Remember, I'm not telling you exactly what's going to happen. I'm preparing you for both and showing you how you can recognize it before the full breakout does happen. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So at the moment, what we're seeing on the charts is the fact that we are seeing an ascending wedge. Now, if you're new to technical analysis, you may not know, but generally speaking, these ascending wedges, as we can see here, break out to the downside. What that means is that there is a good chance that we do lose the bottom side support here and we start to fall. Okay, we could see a baby retracement before some type of big move to the upside, and you guys know I love those. I love when we retrace. I love when we come back to find support because that gives us the foundation to see an even bigger climb. So what we need to be prepared for is the possibility. I would say there's a 65% chance of us breaking out to the downside unless there is a massive piece of news that completely invalidates this whole pattern. So what that would look like is going to be a 4-hour close below this trend line. Now, this trend line was drawn from the low that we put in on November 3rd and the low that we put in on November 5th. Draw a line from those 2 points and continue it upwards, and that gives you this level of support. If we lose this level of support, we have 2 technical targets to the downside, which are going to be the 2 previous points that set this line. First and foremost, we're going to have this area around $231 to $234 serve as support level number 1. If we see the price fall here, do expect a possible retrace back towards this area, okay? Again, it could be at 235, it could be 236, but it's this general region around our previous level of support. If we're able to find some support there, there is a chance that we come back up to retest this support line as resistance. The issue becomes at this point if we start to roll from there. If we go to backtest this previous level of support as resistance and fail, there's a chance that we do continue downwards. And if you've been on my channel for a while, you recognize this head and shoulders pattern, which is a very, very bearish pattern. We've seen it happen back here, in which we barely, narrowly avoided it. We put in the new head and we got away from it. But there is the possibility of us seeing that same formation here, so we need to keep a very close eye on that, okay? Now, what it would look like if we lost that level is probably a retracement all the way back down towards $220. If we lost 231, I think 220 to 224 is the likely area in which we would find support. At that point, we would be looking at an interaction with the 100 EMA, and as seen in the past, this level has been holding up very strong, and I do believe that we would find that support there. If we're able to find some support there and start to clear these previous levels of support, like 231, I think that's a great buying entry. I think at that point, we could be looking at the continuation, or we could even just be looking at a nice short-term trade of over 10% back up to our short-term support level. Okay, of course, this channel. And so with that being said, be paying a very close eye to the bottom side of this channel. We're at it right now. We're seesawing on it. We're at the edge, and it's going to happen. Something's going to happen in which we see either support and we work our way back up, or we break out to the downside. And if we break to the downside, remember, look for 231, look for 220. That is going to be the key levels of support that could honestly serve as some great buying opportunities. Now, if we see the price start to turn around, if we start to see our price work our way up, what can we expect to happen? Well, you guys know we've been tracking the short-term channel on the Solana charts. On the Solana charts, we've put in so much resistance and support at this exact line that it creates a channel. It's like a little bit of a tunnel. And once we clear it, there's typically going to be a lot less constraint on the price to stop us from going to the upside. So what we have been seeing happening, though, is that as we have been breaking out of this channel, we're running into another layer of resistance as provided by these two highs, or these three highs, realistically, 1, 2, 3, that create this line. Now, if we are to break out the top side of our support and resistance channel, short-term support and resistance channel here, we can't get too excited again until we clear the top side of this very, very short-term channel. If we start to see the price work its way up and break out to the upside, expect a pullback. First and foremost, expect a pullback. If we see the price pull back and come back down to either establish support on top of this channel or on top of $260, our previous high, that's another great buying opportunity in which I see the price working its way back up. You need to wait for that support establishment, in my opinion. If we see the price just absolutely fly, it's going to come back down. It always comes back down and retraces, and buying on the immediate breakout may not be the best idea. We've seen in the past that even when we break out of a key level, which could have been here, we come back down, and if we fail support, we continue to fall. We go up, we fail support, we continue to fall. So definitely be looking that if we break out to the upside, that we come back down and hold some support on top of this channel, or at least hold support on top of our $260 level, which is our previous high. If we're able to do that, that's a great buying opportunity on one of these levels that says, okay, we're probably going back up to finally retest the top side of our long-term channel, back up likely somewhere around $400 to $450, okay? So with that being said, I will of course update you guys as this does happen. This is speculation. This is not me telling you what's gonna happen, it's me telling you how to be prepared and what to look out for in either one of these events. I will never get on this channel unless I truly wholeheartedly feel like I know 100% and tell you what's going to happen. That's not my goal with this channel. You can find another channel who's willing to do that. That is not where I'm at. I've seen these YouTube channels that say this is going to happen, and then it doesn't happen, and then their subscribers get burned. And that's not what I want to do. I want to give you guys both outcomes. I want to give you guys multiple outlooks and say this is what I think is going to happen, and this is how I confirm whether it's going up or whether it's going down, and you use that to create your strategy and to continue to maximize gains in crypto. So with that being said, again, I hope you guys did enjoy today's video. If you did, of course, you can let me know by smashing that like button and subscribing to the channel if you are new, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.